You've probably said it before, I just need more time. But here's the truth. You don't need more time. You need clearer priorities. Because in real estate, it's not about managing the clock. It's about managing what matters. Unfortunately, in real estate, everything feels urgent and important all the time. So it can be really challenging to dissect what are the things that need to take precedence over everything else. And that's what I want to do for you in this video. If we haven't met yet, I'm Stefanie Lugo. I've been in real estate for over a decade full-time, and I've coached over 700 agents over the last nearly 6 years in my program, the Market Authority Academy. And what I help them do in that coaching program is figure out their specific individualized priorities for their business and their market in their season of life. I help them build real estate businesses that are not just sustainable, but also successful for them. In the Market Authority Academy, I'm coaching agents on getting clarity, implementing systems, and leaning into strategies that actually work in this given market. And today, I want to help you get back in control of your own schedule. Okay, so here's what I see most often with real estate agents. These are real estate agents who are spending like 3 hours on Canva instead of talking to clients who need them. These are agents who are like refreshing their MLS over and over and over again instead of following up with clients who are already in their pipeline. And agents who are answering emails the moment it hits their inbox instead of focusing on like that marketing strategy that could actually move the needle in their business. If that's you, lovingly, that is not a time management challenge. That's just you getting stuck in distraction because you don't have clear priorities and clear time blocks. So let's fix that. There are 4 true priorities in your real estate business. The first one is to attract and retain clients. You want to keep the clients you have and consistently bring in new ones. Every single day, your first actions of the day, unless you have some urgent appointment that couldn't be rescheduled, has to be taking care of priority number 1, attracting and retaining new clients. So this is why when we work with real estate agents in Market Authority Academy to create a custom schedule and routines built for their business, this is why the first thing that we do is help build in that prospecting and marketing time to make sure they're getting it done so that even if they get nothing else done for the rest of the day, they have peace of mind knowing they're moving the needle in their business, even if they only had 30 minutes to get something done that day, right? Like a 5-minute birthday call to a past client is worth 10 times putting together some huge Instagram carousel that like 7 people are going to watch, you know? So priority number 1, attracting and retaining clients. Are you protecting those items in your routine? Do you know what you have to do to attract and retain clients? If not, my friend, you got a problem, and you're not going to have the business that you want to see until that's taken care of. Priority number 2, grow your brand and network. Growing your brand and network supports priority number 1. It supports your ability to attract and retain clients. So that's why this is priority number 2. You have to get visible where your clients already are. So this for me encompasses a lot of the marketing strategies that you're probably already doing. This for me is that social media posting and engagement. This is going to those networking events. This is networking or going to lunch or coffee dates with possible referral partners. Growing your brand and network is going to feed into your ability to have more clients. So if I only had an hour or 2 a day to work, which as a mom to 2 young kids is more common than not for me, then the only things I'm going to focus on are that priority number 1, attracting and retaining clients, right? Making sure I'm doing things to bring in repeat and referral clients and getting in touch with pipeline clients. And then with any time left over, it's going in and growing my brand and network, maybe posting to social media or hitting up a networking event or even just being social with other parents who might also need real estate help down the way. Who knows? That's how I'm going to prioritize and focus my time. So priority number 3 then goes to managing your transactions, transaction oversight. The reason this is priority number 3 is because you're not always going to have transactions that are active, right? So when you do have active transactions, like moving the client along through the sales process during a transaction, that's going to be your 3rd priority. You don't want to drop the ball on deals that are already on the table, right? Of course. Now, what happens though is a lot of agents get this switched. So they get the transaction, they have something under contract, and they're like, oh, you know, with this little client, they don't want to mess anything up. So they ignore priority number 1, attract and retain new clients, and they ignore growing their brand and network, and they only focus on priority number 3, and they wonder why they have to start over at the end of every closing. This is why, because you have those priorities switched. So if we're looking at how to create like a streamlined daily routine for a real estate agent, number 1 is prospecting. Number 2 is the marketing. Number 3 is transaction oversight. And what's interesting about priority number 3 is this is the easiest one to systemize, because more or less the same things have to happen with every transaction. Like, of course, every transaction is different, but the milestones are more or less the same. And so what we do in Market Authority, for example, is we help agents put together a simple checklist for every stage in the transaction, have every communication in their documented or drafted ready to go, so that they're never recreating the wheel. Because if you have to send the same email twice, it should have a template. Like, that's just smart business. And so that is a huge way of how we take that priority number 3 for real estate agents, but make it the easiest priority to manage because everything is streamlined and automated from there. Okay, now number 4, the 4th priority here is to optimize profitability. You want to refine your processes and your spend so that you can keep more of what you earn. Examples here might be cutting one lead source that's just no longer serving you, right? And instead doubling down on referrals and repeat that convert at twice the rate and are way easier clients to work with. Another option or example here might be to optimize profitability, to actually determine that it's time to hire an admin or a VA. Because you find that if you're able to offload 20 hours a week of non-revenue producing work, you can increase 10 more hours revenue producing work in that time that you freed up for yourself. So if you're looking at priority number 1 and you're realizing that you are not consistent with your lead generation and marketing because you're so tied up with priority number 3, current transaction oversight, you should probably have a TC in place if you don't, because it is costing you profitability, priority number 4. See what I mean? Everything else is just noise, truly. At the very least, it can be scheduled, delegated, or automated. So what's one thing that you know that you're spending way too much time on in your day-to-day, and it's taking away from these 4 priorities? In the Market Authority Academy, we have a bunch of coaching that we do with real estate agents to individualize that path for them and make sure that they aren't getting distracted by shiny objects and they're maintaining those 4 priorities, which is why we have such a high level of success in the program with our agents. Okay, so let's look at an example week in practice for a typical real estate agent, because you might be like, all right, got the priorities. I need to see some examples of how this actually looks in real life. So let's break it down. Monday morning, you're going to have 2 hours of calls to your database. You're checking in on hot leads and your sphere. That's priority number 1. Got it. Tuesday afternoon, maybe you've got a past client coffee date. You're building your brand and network, and you're asking for referrals. That's hitting priority number 2. Maybe you have a mid-morning time block across the week to check in on current transactions. It's important work, but it's not urgent. It can wait a couple hours for you to get your power hour stuff done, your prospecting and marketing done in the morning, and then you can loop in and make sure everything's going with those transactions. Friday morning, maybe you have a time block like I do that I call CEO time. That's where you're reviewing your lead tracker, you're reviewing your expenses, and you're just making sure that things are profitable and running smoothly. That's priority number 4. Everything else goes around these anchors. But as you see, these are like specific time blocks that you're baking in through the week. They don't have to be like a running daily activity. Some are just weekly activities like that CEO time. Some are daily activities like priority number 1, prospecting and marketing. But again, everything goes around these anchors. This is why some agents in the Market Authority Academy are able to do everything they need to do in 90 minutes a day in most seasons in their business. And then sure, they have some seasons when they're really busy with transactions, getting it closed, but they always know where to come back to and build in a little bit of that time for rest and reconnecting with family so that they can bounce back after busy seasons, right? Now, I do have some guardrails for staying consistent here. Here are a few simple rules that I follow that you might find really useful. So I've already kind of touched on this, but it bears repeating. Power hours come first, before getting lost in the inbox, before messing around on Canva, before paperwork that, again, is important but doesn't have to happen right away, right? Prospecting and marketing comes first. I might do a quick glance at the inbox. I'm not going to dig in there because email begets email until I've gotten my most important priority items done for the day. Again, Friday mornings are CEO and admin time, not just like random messing around. I have actually been able to take most Fridays off this year, aside from my CEO time block, because it allows me to close out my work week, have a little extra time with the kids on Friday, and extend that weekend to make sure that I have the time at the house and with the family that I need to feel very well grounded and connected. I only check email twice a day or so, because if it's urgent, they will call. And like I mentioned a minute ago, the more emails you send, the more emails you will get. So I don't feel like I need to be stuck in email all day, every day. That's something that I'm really good at. And then finally, I batch work as much as I can. So I have one batch work block for content, one block for client calls, one block for transaction updates. And they might move in the day if I have different appointments or different things I need to do, or if the kid is sick and I have to rearrange my day. But those blocks, even though they move, they always get done. So for example, everyone always says, Steph, I don't know how you manage both Market Authority and your real estate business all at the same time. So much to juggle. It is, but we batch quite a lot. So right now I am here in the studio at XYZ Studio, and I am batching all of the content for the next month. I have all the content ready for the next month. I'm here for about an hour and a half. I bang it out. I'm good. I'm done. And then I get to focus on the other work that I have for the rest of the week, knowing that I will be able to consistently post one video a week, because that's something that I've decided is really important to me. And this is quite transparently a priority number one for me, because it's one of my most important ways to bring in new clients into the coaching program, and also develop agent referral partners who send us buyers and seller clients here in Phoenix, Arizona. Always at your service, the Lugos here at eXp Realty for your referral in Metro Phoenix and surrounding. So these really simple rules help keep me from slipping back into busy work. And that's not to say I don't get distracted throughout the week. I surely do. And things always come up. There's always something else to derail me. But the point is I have a place to come back to, because I know what my priorities are. I know what my time blocks are. I can always just come back to the plan. I might have a bad day. I never have 2 bad days in a row, you know? So if you're hearing this and you're like, this is actually really simple, and I think I could see myself doing this, and you're serious about putting it into practice, then I have a free resource to make this even easier, and it's my weekly planner pages. These are the same pages, an excerpt from my planner, the Market Authority Planner, with my weekly planning system to make sure that I have my 4 true priorities baked in for every single week. And these pages will actually help you see exactly where your time needs to go. And it has my weekly planning system built into it so that you can just grab it and go. Get those for free as a totally free download at the link below. I'll send it right to your inbox so that you can try it out yourself. Now, if this helped you rethink your issues around time management, then I want you to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you have not yet, so that you don't miss the next video. And remember, your business grows when you focus on what matters. If you need a little bit of help there, I'm always happy to help in the Market Authority Academy. You can book a totally free confidential strategy call at the link below. If you are not consistently closing 1 to 2 deals a month, or if your time is all over the place, then we need to talk. Book that strategy session with me, and we'll talk about your business, dig into what's working and what's not, help you map out your next steps. And if you want my help further on with that, then we can walk through how we can do that in the Market Authority Academy. Thank you so much as always for tuning in. Until next time, keep on crushing it.